Local webcasting for a worldwide audience.
Hi, King Mob here, and today we're in Memphis, Tennessee, where the Mississippi River grinds to a crawl, stubborn crawl. And right there by the banks is a preacher man conducting baptismal services with fallen women. That's the Reverend Al Green.
I'd like to dedicate this song to little Junior Parker, a cousin of mine that's gone on, but we'd like to kind of carry on in his name by saying, I don't know why I love you like I do. After all the changes that you put me through, used all my money and my cigarettes, and I haven't seen how to have you yet. I wanna know, won't you tell me I love to stay? Take me to the river, wash me down. Won't you cleanse my soul? Put my feet on the ground. I don't know why she treated me so bad. After all the things that we could have had, love is a notion that I can't forget. My sweet 16, I will never regret. I wanna know, won't you tell me I love to hold me, love me, please me, tease me, till I can't take no more. Take me to the river. I don't know why I love you like I do. And all the things that you put me through. The 16 candles are burning on my wall. Tell me who's the biggest, the fool of them all. I wanna know, can't you tell me I love to stay? Take me to the river. I wanna know, won't you dip me in the water? I wanna know, won't you walk me in the water? Walk me in the water. Walk me in the water.
Yeah, there's Al Green. And boy, that river in Memphis, listen, I've been there on a hot day and it stinks. I mean, and we'll talk more about that because there's a whole variety of smells that come off that river. But anyway, what it does lead to, and that's for sure, is one of the biggest entertainer performers ever to come out of anywhere, and that's Muddy Waters.
Baby, please don't go. Baby, please don't go. Baby, please don't go down to New Orleans. You know I love you so. Before I be your dog. Before I be your dog. Before I be your dog, I get you way down here and I make you walk the dog. turn your lamp down low. Turn your lamp down low. Turn your lamp down low. I beg you all night long, baby, please don't go. Come on, son. Your man go. You know your man and go. You know your man and gone down the county for me, got his castle. Way down here. You brought me way down here. You brought me way down here about rolling fork between the last of my dog.
Yeah, that's Muddy Waters in Memphis. And, boy, anyway, back to the smell of the river, because it really is an exotic melange. Boy, is that I don't even know if that's a word. But anyway, that's how it felt when I was in Memphis. And it was high summer, and it was really just a tremendous kind of stink on. Some points it smelled like a kind of armpit thing. I mean, the guidebooks don't tell you this. You know, they show you the pictures, or if you look on YouTube, it's like, yeah, it's a lovely place, and here's Beale Street, and here's this. You can't describe the way that place smells. Sometimes it's like a dog on the heat. It's kind of got a sexy thing about it. And occasionally, it smells like food, which is probably why Elvis cut this tune.
I'm waiting at the railroad track, hot dog. You say you're coming home for good, hot dog. I'm gonna keep on knocking wood, baby. I can hardly wait. I'm gonna meet you at the gate, hot dog. I fell in love with you when you went away, but now you're coming home to stay, hot dog. Soon everything will be alright, hot dog. We're gonna have a ball tonight. I got a pocket full of dimes. It's gonna be just like old times, hot dog. You went away and every day was like misery, but now you're coming back to me, hot dog. My heart is gonna go insane, hot dog. When you come walking off the train, you know how lonely I have been, but when that Santa Fe pulls in, hot dog, baby, hot dog.
Yeah, honey, Elvis could sing a song about a hot dog for 1 minute, 20 seconds and be so mysterious. He was the strange magic king of Memphis and like a changeling or something. I mean, Elvis didn't really look human. There's a tremendous amount of photos of Elvis. And, of course, the many movies, most of which are dreadful. But even in the dreadful movies, he just looks marvelous and just... he'd really like something that dropped from outer space, Elvis. And he had a weird house called Graceland. It didn't go. And I kind of kick myself sometimes. I think, why didn't I go to Graceland? I didn't. That track was not actually made on Sun Records in Memphis. That's after he left Sun Records. But Sun was just the first of the big labels out of Memphis when it was a huge music town. And the biggest label in town was Stax. Here's Otis Redding. Yeah, well, that's real Memphis, that is. I mean, that's real Memphis. That's got 1 foot in the soul, it's got 1 foot in the blues, and it's got 1 foot in country. I realize that's 3 feet, but that's kind of a very Memphis kind of thing. So Stax Records, they're just brilliant, and they're just knocking out hit track after hit track. Otis Redding, Barcades, and on it goes. And but mostly with the same rhythm section, which is, you know, really if you want to build a music factory Kids, get yourself a hot rhythm section. Get yourself a hot house band. Motown had one. Stax had one. Stax had Booker T and the MGs, and they're going to scratch your back. Yeah, that's some kind of a groove. We had, in Sharks, we actually had two different bass players from Memphis. A sturdy Afro-American called Buster Cherry Jones, sadly passed, and a great chunky little white guy called Dave Cochran. And funnily enough, despite the ethnic background, they both were very, very similar in the way that they talked about stuff. And both of them used the same expression. So if you hit a groove, which we occasionally did with Sharks, we hit a groove, both of them would say, sounds like a cow pissing on a flat rock, which I always thought was just very nice, a nice way of describing a comfortable groove. And that's what Stax did for many years. And then it all went kind of wrong. Kind of went messy, and Stax got out of favor, and other things started to happen in the music scene. What saved Stax was also the kind of death knell, and that was Isaac Hayes. Isaac Hayes had always been at Stax right from the start and wrote so many wonderful songs. Hold On, I'm Coming, along with David Porter. I mean, he was a terrific songwriter. And then he started a weird solo career, which I found just unlistenable. Hot Buttered Soul and these kind of things where he basically would deconstruct a pop song and play it for 12 minutes in a voice which very rarely hit tune. I'm not a fan of auto-tune, but it's something Isaac really could have used. Then out of that, he gets selected to do the soundtrack for a film called Shaft, and the rest is kind of mystery or history or whatever, but it certainly made a wonderful theme tune for that, which launched kind of the last wave of Stax. I'm going to play you not the original version. I'm going to play you the update Stax version of Shaft from 2000. And the reason I'm going to do that is because Samuel Jackson says, damn right, better than Isaac does.
I might take you down, but I'll never let you down. Now, what's my name? Remember me?
Refresh my memory.
You are gone from this precinct. For what? That?
You ain't even a pig no more.
You think that makes me less dangerous or more dangerous?
You're too hot, man. You gotta step off a bit.
Who's the black-prided dick that's a sex machine to all the chicks? You're damn right. Who is the man that would risk his neck for his brother, man? Can you dig it?
You're damn right.
Who's the cat that won't cop out when there's danger all about? Right on. They say this cat Shaft is a bad mother. I'm talking about Shaft. He's a complicated man, but no one understands him but his woman.
Any questions?
I don't have any questions. Sam, you're in charge. If you say you're Shaft, I'm with that. I've got no problems at all. So that's Stax. And then there's another side to Memphis music, which is Muscle Shoals. And there's a really excellent filmed documentary on Muscle Shoals, which I urge you to see. Not as hit-bound as Stax, but a fine recording studio with a kind of in-house team. David Hood and the guys. Wonderful rhythm section again. Great platform to build fantastic music on top of. And resident songwriters there were Dan Penn and Spooner Oldham. And we're back to smell again because Obsession is a perfume. I know that because Calvin Klein advertise it every Christmas. Spend a lot of money on those ads. And Obsession is what Dan Penn and Spooner Oldham really specialized in. They wrote I Never Loved a Man for Aretha and The Dark End of the Street and This Curio, which was recorded by James and Bobby Purify. And I remember when that record used to come on when I was in soul clubs and it was slow and you couldn't dance to it, but it had something about it. And I dug out a performance that Dan and Spooner, the writers, did a few years back. Here's I'm Your Puppet.
Pull a string and I'll wink at you. I'm your puppet. I'll do funny things if you want me to. I'm your puppet. I'm yours to have and hold. Darling, you've got full control of your puppet. Pull another string and I'll kiss your lips. I'm your puppet. I'll snap your fingers and I'll turn you some flips. I'm your puppet. Your every wish is my command. All you gotta do is wiggle your little hand. I'm your puppet. I'm your puppet. I'm just a toy, just a funny boy that makes you laugh when you are blue. I'll be warm or cold, do just what I'm told. I'll do anything for you, 'cause I'm your just pull them little strings and I'll sing you a song. I'm your puppet. Make me do right, or you can make me do wrong. I'm your puppet. Treat me good and I'll do anything. I'm just your puppet. You hold my string. I'm your puppet. I'm your puppet. I'm your walking, talking, living, loving puppet, hanging on a string. I'll do anything. I'll hold you, kiss you, and love you. Pick me up, put me down, stand me up, sit me down. I'm your puppet. Yes, darling, I'm your puppet. Thank you.
Yeah, that really is a strange song. Something very odd about that. And really, there is something very odd about Memphis. I mean, you'd think of it as a place of funk and soul. And like if New Orleans is the Big Easy, Memphis is kind of the big crawl. It's kind of low down. But the mysterious side was addressed by the writer Thomas Harris when he wrote The Silence of the Lambs and started the whole thing that became the Hannibal Lecter phenomenon. And in Jonathan Demme's film of Silence of the Lambs, Buffalo Bill, who is a very strange serial killer who's killing women for their skin so he can make a skin suit, charming, performs, he sets up a camera in his workshop and performs a strange, unsexy dance to this music. So that's Goodbye Horses by Q Lazarus, a song I'd completely forgotten about till I researched this show, and I like it very much, and I've added that to my personal playlist. Goodbye Horses, and it probably won't be the last time we play it on this show. Weird Memphis, well, there's Weird, and then there's Roy Orbison, and I was lucky enough to see Roy a couple of times, and boy, he was weird. I saw him at the Scarborough Futurist Theatre in 1964, and he was headlining a bill which consisted of Freddie and the Dreamers, Brian Poole and the Tremolos, and the Searchers. All very exciting. Sunday afternoon concert, beat groups, and then Roy comes on, and he just stands there, and he had 3 pretty girls in pink chiffon dresses, and a small band, and maybe 5 or 6 violins, and didn't say anything, and just sang song after song, and just completely blew us all away. I mean, the man was also not from Memphis, but he recorded all his early stuff there at Sun, and a lot of the big hits after that in Memphis. Plus, he was Elvis's favorite singer.
Come on, baby, let me take you by the hand. Come on, sugar, let me take you by the hand. Come to me, let me be all your own candy, your candy man. Yeah, come on, baby. I love your honey loving ways. Hey there, sweet thing. I love your honey loving ways. Come to me, let me be all your own candy, your candy man. Yeah, come on, ma. Gonna treat you right. Give you candy kisses every single night. Candy man, candy man, candy man, candy man. Come to me, I wanna be all your own candy, your candy man. Well, candy, 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 I've got a sweet, sweet tooth for you. Yeah, candy, 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 I've got a sweet, sweet tooth for you. Yeah, candy, candy, candy.
Yeah, well, that's the Big O. Out of the Big Crawl, and smells like candy to me. Carl Perkins is also out of Memphis. Carl Perkins is not only an inspirational kind of guy and singer, and Matchbox and Beatles loved him. He was a really, 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 really good guitar player.
Well, that must be my gal. You don't look like that. Well, that must be my gal. You don't look like that. I know my baby, she's so round and fat. Gone, 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 gone. Gone, gone, gone.
Let go, gone, gone, well, gone, gone, gone. Hey, gone, gone, gone. Hey, gone, 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 gone again.
Yeah, well, you got to have character in Memphis, because if you're going to be a music maker, if you don't have character, like an armor thing, and your whole persona all ready, and you're going to be in trouble. Because you're going to hit people like Jerry Lee Lewis. And Jerry Lee Lewis was just beyond nuts. I mean, just beyond nuts. I mean, when he came over here in, I think, 61, and after the first show, the press were all talking to him, and they asked him who the young girl with him was, and she was 14 years old, and his cousin. And he said, "This is my bride-to-be." Real proud about it. And that didn't go over very well. People were upset, and people wouldn't go and see him. I would have gone, because we discussed it on this show before. It's like, you know, if you just go through the whole thing of art, judging people by their personal peccadillos, you wouldn't look at pictures by Picasso, you wouldn't watch movies by David Lynch, you would be in trouble. There's a lot of stuff that you wouldn't be able to access, and I want to be able to access everything. So we got to split the work and the life. Plus Jerry Lee, I mean, talent to spare. What a piano player, what a singer, what a songwriter. And I'm going to play you a track, not a rock and roll, rockabilly track. I'm going to play you him dealing with a country classic, and he's going to sing the hymn of praise to that lucky old son.
Up in the morning, out in the job, work like a devil for my pay. My little lucky old son ain't got nothing to do but roll around heaven all day. Toil for my woman, sweat for my kids, work till I'm wrinkled and gray. My little lucky old son, he got nothing to do but roll around heaven all day. Good Lord above, don't you know I'm pining? Tears are in my eyes. Send down that cloud with a silver lining. Left me to paradise. Show me the river, take me across, wash all my troubles away, like that lucky old son. Give me nothing to do but roll around heaven all day. Good Lord above, don't you know I'm pining? Tears are in my eyes. Send down that cloud with a silver lining. Lift me to paradise. Show me that river, take me across, wash all my troubles away, like that lucky old sun. Give me nothing to do but roll around heaven all day, but roll around heaven all day.
lucky old Jerry Lee, and God bless the man. Things are changing here. Apropos of where we are going in the future with the King Mob radio show. Where are we going, you ask us? Well, this is the third and final part of the mini-series, Haunted America. We did the spirits of St. Louis, and we did the ruins of Detroit, and this week we're doing the smell of the river in Memphis. And I get busy now. I'm going to be away through a large part of December, and I'm away all of January working on the Sharks documentary. Wish me luck. It's scary stuff. So what we've done, I've been in consultation with the people here at Radio Lewes, and things have been worked out. Lord Pisa is apparently out of prison now, and is going to come in and do a special show this week. It'll be Lord Pisa's Disgraceful Christmas. I'm going to record, just after this show, I'm going to record my little inset greetings for it. So if you listen to the show, you will hear me at some point. And Pisa's doing a 2-hour special. And that's going to go up every week. I think it's going to be refreshed every week. Is that right? So it's like a new, but it'll stay there through December. So you could listen to it, half an hour at a time if Pisa's too much for you. Or if you really, hog for it, go for the whole 2-hour Beezer experience. Then through January, Ben and I are choosing what we think are the 4, I wouldn't say best, but kind of interesting representative shows of 2018. And they will be on once a week in January. And then come February, I will be back in the hot seat. And I don't know if we'll do more Haunted America. I plan to get to Baton Rouge. From Baton Rouge, I wanted to get to New Orleans and all the way across country to L.A. Haunted L.A. It would be a lot of fun. But we'll see, because by the time I come back, my mind will have been brain wiped and I will probably be a completely different person. So I might have a whole different set of ideas. So that's where the show's going in the long term. In the short term, we're going to listen to Memphis Minnie, because we're doing a show on Memphis and she's called Memphis Minnie. So kind of relates. And I've never heard this track. I just picked it because of her name, and it's called Hoodoo Lady Blues. I hope it's good.
Believe I'll drive down in Louisiana just to see a dear old friend of mine. Believe I'll drive down in Louisiana just to see a dear old friend of mine. You know, maybe she can help me during my hard time. You know, they tell me in Louisiana there is hoodoos all over there. Now they tell me in Louisiana there is hoodoos all over there. You know they'll do anything for the money. Made any world, I declare. Yeah, man, play it for me. Now, Miss Hoodoo Lady, please give me a hoodoo.
I don't know about that, really. I mean, Memphis Minnie sounds like a man to me. I mean, I think there's some kind of cross-dressing thing goes on there. But definitely not with Bobby Blue Bland, who's also out of Memphis. And we used to call him Blobby Blue Bland, which is really hard to say. And I caught up with Bobby actually in the 70s. when he did some terrific albums with really high production values, and I was a big fan. But I'd not heard his early stuff, and I wasn't aware of that he was more of he started off more as a big band type singer. So I'm going to play a track called 36, 22, 36.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's the man. I mean the man. The sensational. The incomparable. The dynamic Bobby Bland.
Not as phlegmy as his later recordings. Really cool. Big Bobby Blue Bland fan. Bobby Blue Bland. Can't get out of Memphis. Well, I can get out of Memphis, but can't get out of Memphis without playing my favourite ever rockabilly track done by a Memphis resident, Mr. Jonathan Burnett. And then there's wrong track syndrome. And it's amazing on the show how many times I play completely the wrong piece of music and it turns out great. That's not my favorite rockabilly track, and it's not Johnny Burnett. That is Boppin' High School Baby by Don Willis. And because we've still got time, I'm going to play Johnny Burnett and Honey Hush.
Welcome in this house. Stop all that yakety yak. Come on in this house. Stop all that yakety yak. Cause your sugar daddy don't want no talking back. But you keep on telling, talking about this and that. Oh, well, you keep on talking about this and that. I got the news for you. Ain't nothing but an alley cat. Turn out the waterworks, baby. They don't move me no more. Turn out the waterworks, baby. They don't move me no more. When I leave you this time, I keep coming back no more. Honey, honey. I said, come back in this house. Stop all that yakety yak. Come on in this house, woman. Stop all that yakety yak. Don't make me nervous. I'm holding a baseball bat. Well, it's high-yo, silver. High-yo, silver. High-yo, silver. High-yo, silver. High-yo, silver away.
Now, that is my favorite rockabilly track of all time. Everything, riff, lyric, attitude, guitar solo. That's Johnny Burnett, and I love it. And we're out of Memphis. Hey, we're out, and we're springing, and we're off. And but I'm going to finish with a great song about Memphis, not by somebody from Memphis. I'm going to finish with the Spirits of St. Louis, bringing us Chuck Berry, bless him, and Memphis, Tennessee.
Long distance information, give me Memphis, Tennessee. Help me find the party, tried to get in touch with me. She could not leave her number, but I know who placed the call. 'Cause my uncle took the message and he wrote it on the wall. Help me information, get in touch with my Marie. She's the only one who'd phone me here from Memphis, Tennessee. Her home is on the south side, high up on a ridge, just a half a mile from the Mississippi Bridge. Help me information, more than that I cannot add. Only that I miss her and all the fun we had. But we were pulled apart because her mom did not agree and tore apart our happy home in Memphis, Tennessee. Last time I saw Marie, she's waving me goodbye with hurry home drops on her cheek that trickle from her eye. Marie is only 6 years old. Information, please. Try to put me through to her in Memphis, Tennessee.
local webcasting for a worldwide audience.